I need to show this right here. I'm going to say it to God. It is a circle with two lines through it that are vertical and a line horizontal like an equator of a globe. Okay, here's the other one that I can see here, and it does go down, but I can't scroll because this is a photo image from the phone that I am using right now. So let me change it. Okay, this is the internet that is for this phone, and it shows right here in the same place where the globe was with the equator. Here it shows something else. I'll try to get it clear. It's focusing right now. Okay, that looks clear. Right there, that doesn't have the same lines through it that the other circle had. If it was a globe with an equator, this is a globe with two continents in it, and this one is like I can move it right now. This one is alive. The other one I have to testify. I took the photograph today, just now. But this one is alive. It moves the internet right now. It's alive right there. So now I'm back to these globes. I can pick one of these videos and it will go there. I can pick the top one. That's the globe right there with the continents on it is what it looks like to me. Deceased the wrong way. And then I can touch here and it'll just go there. That's how you know the internet is on. Okay, I am here about the hair. This comb is from Charles Toe. It is a comb I received from him sometime between 2003 and 2011. I don't remember when, but I've had it since I had been removed from the apartment by police where I received this comb, and I still have it. I just want to tell you what's wrong with you, saying to myself, but I gave you everything you have. You know, you let me live, you didn't touch everything that moves, and you went away with yourself. And you feel that you gave that to God. So that was work for you because you're not nice. You're somebody's debt. What's wrong with it? You're not my debt. I am none higher than he deceased right here, just to tell you that you are not my debt. And I am also going to announce that I have observed you that you don't know how to be a debt because you don't know the boundaries of your debt, that you are elsewheres, not near myself. And if you are near myself, you're supposed to know that I'm not somebody who formed you and caused you to descend into the debt that you are in consumption. That means if you don't know who I am and all the threatening about who you are, you don't have in yourself the safety net that I am myself, somebody you don't hurt in karma. That means you don't take everything that moves away from me. That means you don't take everything that moves away from anyone. That means you can only take everything that moves away from Jesus, and he's not alive. Is Jesus feeding you food so that you don't take everything away from Jesus? I know, but you don't have to eat it because Jesus is not alive. That is what the Pope was announcing from the Vatican in Rome, Italy, on television international, and we can know that in English in America. Jesus is not alive. You don't have to take away everything that moves away from Jesus, including that would just be him. It wouldn't be from you to each other. That means if you're threatening everybody who's not yourself, that you're going to take away everything that moves away from everybody who's not yourself. That's not how they would go homeless on that point. They are not homeless on that point. They are not there to fight with you. You are every one of you one rupee, one to one, exactly one with Jesus. And he's not alive that way. He doesn't have a penis. That means there's something wrong with you saying that you are the debt you are. You actually are not a debt I can use after what I have seen in my life. The way that you have formed your own debt of yourself, that means you're not true to that you were formed by Jesus. You're not true to that. So why do you even know? There are even people that are Indian and Asian people who are trying to be Christians, and they are supposed to be angry with that they were formed by people who were formed by Jesus. That means it was Jesus who formed people, and then those people formed Asian people and Black people and Indian people, and they are supposed to say that they were formed in two ways, and that they're not Christians that way. They don't have to be Christians that way. They can be angry with some of the Christians. That means they are not Christians because they're angry with Christians. Jesus does form all of the Asian people, Black people, and Indian people. He forms them, but they are formed after the Christians. And technically, if you have a penis genital, or if you are a feminine castration of a penis genital, you're not a Christian that way. A Christian would be if Jesus was alive and you had a different genital. Okay, my hair is dry and I don't like it this way, so I'm going to wet my hair a little. Ooh, that was a little too much water. I just put a small amount of water in my hair, but too much for that it got all over my robe. It's summer right now, the ending of summer, and it is. September is really fall or autumn to myself, and September is extremely hot. So it's like summer, but I think it's fall, but it's as hot as summer. It has been historically. I guess we don't know this year because Charles Toe is not in the apartment to talk about the weather outside. Do you know that Charles Toe sometimes didn't want to go out and get me food on time because he didn't want to go out if it was too windy. What did you people do to make the weather windy? And Charles Toe wouldn't go out to get me what I needed, and he has the money. What he's trying to be mean to me for myself. He has all my money, and I didn't give it to him, so I didn't fight him for it. Nope, I didn't give him any money. But he's an extortionist, a coercionist. That means he did coercion, he did extortion, he stole the keys directly from myself, and he's a police matter, and he's not interested in being around the police. And the police don't have any money on their minds to look for Charles Toe and tell him not to hurt me. The police hurt me as much as Charles Toe is hurting me right now, while that he's not here anymore. He hurts me that he's not here anymore, but he's not alive in here anymore so far. But I have to be myself deceased out of the door locking to say that I see that he did not come back ever. I'm still alive here is not enough witnessing that Charles Toe will not come back. It looks unlikely, but that's just a hunch. It's true that I'm still alive and I have to wait for alive to finish its due process of life. I used to have a spray bottle for my hair, and I left it someplace where somebody didn't run after me and say, "This is yours." I dropped a bus token on August 5th, 2004, and somebody picked it up and said, "This is yours." I need that. You don't have property boundaries. That's obvious by that there are so many of you, but where is this going? You don't have property boundaries. That's not established as a way of life. You must have the essential um, divine inside of you to be here. You have to be essentially divine, that you understand how to be yourself because you are yourself, and you can't just trash your life because you don't want to change yourself. You don't want to be a whole low person because you just want to tell God that you don't need yourself. Here's what I mean. Are you a landlord who's willing to charge somebody $1,200 a month in rent, and that person didn't show you a savings account of $10 million that you could just confiscate all at once for their whole life? And then, would you be giving the death? It's possible somebody could die that way, that they have a huge savings account that was confiscated all at once. They could die that way, but that would be your fault. You would have caused their death just by asking for the money, and then they give it to you because it is itself right there. Well, that's how you need to be the one who says, "I want to die in God." And then you have to don't do a crime like that as the one who's making the attack. The one who is the subject of the attack doesn't owe a no. The one who is making the attack owes the no. You have to say no against the attack. You don't have to say no to yourself. You say no against the attack. In this world, it's ask, attack, seizure, and keys. Ask, attack, A, S, seizure, K, keys. And sometimes I hear axe would be like if a black person says axe, that's where I first heard that. Axe, attack, key, seizure. So that doesn't speak English. I like my hair wet for the braiding, and it's just a little lightly wet. I would want a whole shower. That would be better. But I can't take one right now because somebody's watching the apartment. I have to dye on everything. I don't have anything extra. So, what is the homeless problem you are? Do you know that this comb was given to me in the year 2011? Before 2011, that's when I was evicted out of the apartment where I received this. I don't know when, sometime while I was living there. I had been there a while before I got this. I heard somebody moved out of the apartment building, and then this was given to Charles Toe, and he gave it to me. Well, I don't know, because so that means it was used. Somebody gave me this used comb, and the police have been policing this used comb in Ogden Pines Apartments. So that's police removed by Stuart Pines Apartments offices. And then it was police put into City Center Apartments, police put into police removed from City Center Apartments, police put into the Shields Apartments, police removed from the Shields Apartments, police put into Fremont Gardens Apartments, and police removed from Fremont Gardens Apartments, but I'm still here now. The police won't buy me a new comb. And the police don't want the comb. They said they gave me everything I have. I can afford a new comb. I can afford one all the way back in the year 2011. I can afford a new comb. I can afford one before then. I can always afford a new comb. Always. I am myself. I don't need a used comb. I don't need a new comb. I don't need an overlord. My overlord needs a used comb. Okay, let's say, well, who needs a used comb? I don't like my overlord. I tell her that she's wrong to me. I tell him that he's wrong to me. And he grits my teeth and he punishes me by jerking my body around. Yeah, but I wouldn't buy him a used comb. I am myself. I can afford a new comb. I can't afford an overlord, but I can afford a new comb. What's an overlord? It's something that makes you angry, right? Did somebody get angry and they gave me a used comb? They didn't just throw it out and buy me a new one. Or did they don't give me one at all? I would have another comb. I wouldn't have this one. So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you that's not wrong with me? I mean, I have problems, unfortunately. I don't really need them. I'm none higher than me deceased. I am what makes a problem. I make the problems because you're not myself, and I move all of creation around myself. That's why I make problems. But when you have a problem, you don't know that's why you have a problem, because you don't really know why you have a problem. It's for yourself. Approximately, you're angry that you're not myself that way. You may think that you don't have interest in your problems because you don't have interest in what I do with myself as the none higher than me creator of the formed world in this world. I alive the formed world in this world, and I have leverage that alives the formed world in this world. And you don't, each and every one of you individually, worry about your own problem for that. I need myself moving the whole formed world. You don't really feel you're a part of the whole formed world with your problem. Why not? I just talked about a comb, and I just disclosed all my leverage. Do you see how it all goes together? This is something little, and I'm something that's big. This is smaller than what I am and alive. It's it's a gift somebody gave me. I've been hospitalized for being aware of your gifting problem lightly, what you gave myself. You gave me gifts I didn't want or need. They were against myself. And if you were due elsewheres, the gift wasn't enough leverage. Anyway, that means it was just like you were being nice. to something that you cared about in the time that you were being nice with myself because you liked me personally. You like me personally is not supposed to mislead you. If you like me personally, you have to like yourself personally. You can't give me a gift that you didn't keep for yourself because you wanted me to have it. You didn't have it yourself. Do you see how you didn't have a self there? You didn't hold on to the gift and keep it because you were going to give it to me as a gift, and you thought the giving that I was having it. You liked something about the giving the gift that you didn't like about keeping it. There's something wrong with that. I don't do that. No. I have given gifts in my life. I can give you an example of a gift I gave. I'm going to say it in context, but I want to think about all the gifts I ever gave. I can think of one right now. Is there another one? Usually my problem is receiving the gift. From time to time I give a gift. Like what gift? I can think of the one. I gave a gift in the year 1999. Yeah, I gave a gift. I'm trying to think if I gave another one. It's possible, but that's what I can think of right now. I gave one gift in the year 1999. I can recall now, which was I bought somebody a bottle of champagne, and I bought him 4 martini glasses that don't go with the champagne. They're martini glasses, like they're shaped that way. I didn't buy what goes in a martini glass because I don't know what goes in a martini. I don't. I'm not an alcoholic. The champagne and the martini glasses, I suppose that was my way of saying I wasn't really expecting you, and I don't want to talk to you, and I don't know you, and I gave him a gift. Goodbye. Yeah, gift. I don't want to see him ever again. Was it? It's my money. I was willing to buy him something with my own money. But he's a Cohen, Cohen. He has illegal genitals for his last name. His first name, I suppose that's typical American first name, Eric. Last name, Cohen, is not due and alive. Just like it's not due to put champagne in a martini glass, it's not due. I didn't pour this champagne. It wasn't opened in front of me. So I don't have any use for the gift because I just don't need anything about it. No, I don't. He invited me to see an apartment. I don't want to spend time with him. It was goodbye, but I didn't say no. I gave him a gift because I didn't say no to alive. I have to say yes to alive with myself is alive that way. And I did say yes to visiting an apartment. I knew he was going to lock me out of it. But I think once I got there, I realized I had been there before, and it didn't matter because I didn't know where I was until I was inside. I walked there myself. I didn't have a car. I wasn't parking a car. I was a pedestrian, and he doesn't afford to be a pedestrian. He's illegal that way. He needs a car. Because he's wrong in the head. He should have just gotten in a car and left. Well, I can't help you. I don't give gifts normally. I'm like, normally, is it normal to give a gift? It's not normal to give a gift. It was not normal to see him at all. He's too old to be in Madison. He was due to be elsewhere. And so he was malicious, and I realize he's malicious, but I can't afford the whole problem that I gave him a gift. It doesn't exist that I would. It's true that I said goodbye with the gift. I said it really nicely. I said it was friendly, greeting him because I wasn't expecting it. I don't need that at all. I was going to be there anyway. And I met him in the accidental encounter would have been on State Street in the year 1999 of Madison, Wisconsin. It's a pedestrian walkway. Were there buses on the walkway? I can't remember that part, but it's a pedestrian walkway mostly. So there's no cars traffic there, right? So I don't know if you afford that. That's there for me, but I don't know if you afford that it's for mostly pedestrians and that you don't have cars. I think you need cars. I think the pedestrian walkway is just for myself, and you strangers are crowding around the pedestrian walkway for me because I walk everywhere, and you don't afford it. It's not due. You should just be in traffic in the cars, but you're not supposed to be around me in the pedestrian walkway. And instead you give me the terrible dementia that I don't know who I am, and everybody's just like, I don't know, they're all in the public and they're everywhere and they don't have boundaries. Yeah, there's nothing special for myself, even though I think it is quite a burden to be myself around you. I don't afford it because I don't make money in the bank in my name. I don't have what it takes to leave you when you make speech offenses. And when you make speech offenses, it's clearly within the context of alive that you are walking when you are due to be in cars. You have to be in traffic. You are people who travel in airplanes and you don't afford a pedestrian walkway. You shouldn't be there because it's like tourism. You just don't mentally afford it. You don't say no and get in a car and leave. You don't actually know how to remove yourself from the public places on any point. Do you just you just shun, or uh, do you do you get tired? You don't just say, I don't go here, I have to go someplace else. Do you find yourself someplace and then you have to leave a party or a group so that you can be someplace else? I think you just don't make all those threats. And it's true that I have nothing but sexual abuse in my life because you're a disaster. You don't know how to be in alive. You don't know how to be in the time that I am, that I can do things for myself and I don't need a car. You don't even want all the cars and go away with them and leave me alone as a pedestrian. You come around with your cars, you park them, and you talk to me, and I'm a pedestrian. I don't actually want to drive a car or be a passenger in your cars. I want you to leave me alone, and you don't. I don't know why. Because you have all the cars and you have new cars. You have all the properties, you have new properties, and you don't leave me alone. You have everything, and you want everything I have for myself, all the way down to a comb. And I just comb my hair in front of you, but it's a used comb. I can afford a new one. I just don't have the money, or I can't go shopping. There's something wrong with the available combs is also true. I used to use a brush. I don't have a hairbrush. I could use a hairbrush. I just haven't found one that I really like. I had a black one once that I used for years and years and years, and I can afford a new one every year. I can afford a new one every month. I can afford a new one whenever I want one. And you think that I can't afford anything. I want what I want, when I want it, when I want it. I just said that to Mitch and he hung up on me and he cut me off and blocked me. I said, I want what I want, when I want it, and I want it now. And he blocked me on the cell phone. You don't understand that that's you in the wrong. And that's not acceptable to yourself with yourself because you don't want to talk to me anymore. But I alive yourself. You don't alive yourself alone when you do that. I alive Mitch just blocked myself. I alive that he blocked myself on his cell phone. And I've known him for over 40 years. And he blocked me on the cell phone. He doesn't want to see me anymore, but he's still checking the address here because I can't move because I don't have any keys to go anywhere, and he knows that. And what do you want from me? What's the reason that you got me all in one place and I can't escape? Not really escape, but really leave. I can't really leave you. What is it about me that you want that I can't leave you anymore? When I leave you, I'm going to leave, but I'm going to decease myself out of the formed world, and that's how I'm going to leave you. Why? I can just walk away or I can move away. You don't want me to walk away or move away. You don't let me go. You don't let me leave you. I'm going to leave you at some point. I'm going to leave the formed world. I'm going to leave you because you don't really understand me materially. You don't understand that I want what I want when I want it. So what? What's it to you? You don't want to get it. You don't want to get it from me. Why don't we ever talk about that? Because you're more dangerous than an explosion. That you don't want to get something from me. Oh, like a bomb went off. Yeah, you don't want to get me a new comb.